7.
But I think the Rams right now have a better defense. McVay, Stafford, Tyler Higbee, the tight end, is back. Matt Stafford, over his last 6 games, has a passer rating over 110. Nobody's getting to him. They're not turning it over. In the last 4 weeks, number 3 scoring defense. I think they're a year away. But Stafford has all sorts of time. It's the first time all year. The offensive line's in great shape. They got a weapon at tight end, wide receiver, running back, quarterback, and a brilliant head coach. Rams at 7.
Rams. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Sean McVay. Whew. This team is actually pretty extraordinary when you think about it. When you think about how their season unfolded, how they got decimated by injuries in week 1. Like, truly decimated. And yet they still almost won the game, beat the Lions in that week 1 matchup, coming down to overtime, I believe. That was already so long ago. It's crazy, man. That was like, that's just wild. And the fact that here they are right now is pretty great. And the truth is that when you have the season that the Rams had, in a lot of ways, in a weird way, it actually really benefits them. Because they took some tough losses, of course, some bad losses. But you really get to put it on the plate of, we were really banged up. What are we going to do? And so there's going to be such a high level of insane belief in that locker room of what they'll be able to achieve. Especially when you get a big time win against a team like the Buffalo Bills to really also feed off of. And I know at that point this was a couple weeks ago, but still. It still really signals to everyone in that locker room what you can achieve and why you're in the position that you're in right now is because you have greatness, but you just didn't have greatness throughout the season, which is why you're not a 12, 13, 14 win team. But you get to kind of really send the message, that's actually who we are. That's actually who we are. And if this team was full strength and they were still 9-6, then you have to kind of explain. It's kind of like where the Baltimore Ravens are. You have to kind of explain, well, you told me Lamar Jackson's the MVP and Derrick Henry's an all-time great running back. This offense is amazing. But then why the heck are we losing games? Why were we, second in the division? We're not even winning the division. Like, it's like, I need answers here. What's happening? And the Rams don't have to do that. They don't have to self-audit. It's just like, we're a great team. We got great coaching. We got great players, quarterback. We got this. We were banged up, man. We were banged up. That's just football. Just the way it goes. But we were able to keep it afloat long enough where when we got these guys back, bring it on. Bring it on. So there's got to be a lot of optimism and energy, not only for the fan base, but the franchise itself. I don't think that this team is this like unstoppable team by no means, but they are definitely at the probably the top of the list of the teams that you would not want to face, but have like kind of like this lower level reputation, for loss of a better way to put it. Like, of course, you're not going to want to face the Packers, the Lions, the Chiefs, of course that. But it's like, I think a lot of people are kind of like the Rams. I think a lot of people, especially who are going to be more like general fans, who are not like getting locked in and watching all these games, and they're still kind of figuring out who's Puka Nacua. How do you say it? Oh, Cooper Kupp is still playing. Didn't he win the Super Bowl with the Rams years ago? Like, those types of fans, like, they're going to be like, oh, the Rams they're not good this year. Or one of those things where they just assume they're not good because they haven't heard anything about them. It's like, it's easy to kind of fall into that. And that's why you even hear the commentators having to kind of keep, like, explaining, this team is coming, this team is coming. I don't want to face this team. Sean McVay has done a heck of a job this season. And they need to kind of, like, keep being, like, resold. And that's why it's been fun to watch, honestly. It's been fun to watch. And people still kind of really doubt Matthew Stafford. And I get why at this point, because he is just an older quarterback. And it will always forever be difficult to try to like rank and rate where an older quarterback is going to be. It's just difficult. I have trouble with it personally. Because you're just kind of like, I see the greatness. I know how amazing you were also in years past. But like, I don't know. Are you flirting with kind of like falling off the cliff? And I'm not saying Stafford is falling off the cliff by any stretch of the imagination. It's just different. It's different when I see a 27-year-old. Right? Someone who's like got one kid versus someone who's got like 10 kids and is like, you know, have a little girl being like, "Daddy, please don't get hurt." And you're just like, "Oh, okay. This is a man. This is like an actual full-grown man right now with like a whole life." So just different. Just hits different. But yeah, I think the Rams have been such a great story and such a great story of resilience, of not giving up. This team should have been buried so many different times. You know, even a game like this, winning 19-9, obviously not how you wrote it up, not the type of win that you would even necessarily want, especially coming off of a couple like pretty nice, big, convincing wins. And it's like, even a game like that, when a team doesn't really have it together, they drop that game. They lose 19-9. Or against the 49ers, what was that final score? 12-9 or 12-6 or whatever the heck it was. Again, another bizarrely weird score. You drop that random game, and it's like, oh, we were writing the ship. We were right there. Oh my God, if only Puka Nacua was able to pick up that first down. We kick a field goal, then we're up by 4 instead of 1. Ugh. You know, you see that 10 times a season. But the Rams have found themselves on the other side of that, on the positive side of that. That's what they've been able to do. And it goes a long way. It's why they're in the situation that they're in right now. Because they could clearly be on the outside looking in. Clearly. And they have enough experience, especially when they are in the playoffs, where they know what to expect. They're not going to be fooled. They're not going to be fooled at all. So there's a lot of excitement. And I think it's completely warranted. And yeah, honestly, all of these teams right now, I've just officially reached the peak of like, I am ready. I am ready for the playoffs. I'm ready for these games. I'm going to be so locked in. I have 0 predictions, and it's just like, let's do it, man. Let's start this dance. Crank up the music. Let's do it. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Los Angeles Rams being 7th on Colin's herd hierarchy? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.